All right, everyone. Thanks for joining me for the Coyote Radio Show and podcast. We just got back from a crazy week in Austin, Texas during South by Southwest. Had so much fun. There's music everywhere. We were invited down by Jason Hendrix, which I now consider a great friend. What a host. What a guy. Been on this great show at the Colton House under Meanwhile in Music. So if you don't already follow that, I got links in the description. Follow their pages, all the social media things. But we did four days of music basically during the days, and just absolutely packed it with talent, all different types too. It wasn't just like one style or genre. It was a wonderful blend of music. So yeah, I pretty much was there for the week, but in a few days I crammed in about 14 or 15 interviews, kind of down and dirty style. We didn't have a lot of time with artists because people are just coming and going crazy in all directions. But yeah, it was great to sit down and talk with several artists and kind of get where they're from, what projects they're working on, and kind of what their future plans were. So we kind of, grabbed the gist of it and went with it. So I hope you like these. We're going to roll them out. We're going to send a bunch of them out as fast as possible because we want this information to be current and up to date. But once again, hats off to Jason Hendrix, Meanwhile in Music. Thank you for inviting the podcast down. Hopefully we can do it again next year. And we love you, man. So, all right, let's go talk to some artists. All right, we're back. Another day at the Colton House. We're here. Creekbed, Carter Hogan's with us. Just got off stage.
That's true.
The past 2 days have just been crazy with music out here. So
yeah.
And here we are, day 3, starting off strong. I love your voice.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you would just kind of start, take us on that journey. How'd you get started with music? Kind of where you're from and how this all formed.
Yeah. Okay. So I've lived in Austin for like 11 years now, but I grew up in Oregon. I grew up very, very Catholic in a pretty rural suburb outside of Portland, and I grew up with like religious singing, like Latin and stuff like that. But I was always told I didn't have like a good voice or whatever. So yeah, oh yeah. I probably because I was doing my mouth trumpet during church. I don't think that helped my like reputation very much. So I didn't really sing or perform in front of people until I was like 28. I taught myself guitar by listening to the radio and reading tabs and watching YouTube. So
that's cool.
So I don't know much about music theory or any of that, but I love to learn. Live, laugh, love to learn. But yeah, I'm a self-taught person. I really love folk music. I love country music. I'm a deep, deep fan of country music in particular. And yeah, I think I started performing in a country band, Milk Toast Million, the Scabby Knees, which was that was like our first thing. We were gearing up, and then the pandemic hit, of course. And when that ended, I just decided to do things myself.
Right.
So I like made a concept album about the patron saint of trans people and just put it on the internet. And I was like, this is just fun, this is nice. And then it just gathered speed, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. That was obviously a crazy time for everyone during the pandemic hit, and that really changed the industry and what artists were doing. They had to get creative too. That's pretty. You said you love folk music and stuff. Maybe drop some names.
Okay.
Like who do you love?
Yeah,
like
great.
I love folk music.
Okay, amazing. I'm a big fan of Woody Guthrie, obviously. Everything about me can tell you. Big fan. Elizabeth Cotten, big fan.
Oh yeah.
I love Karen Dalton. Do you know Karen Dalton?
No, I don't know much of her.
Man, you're gonna.
I'm going down the rabbit hole.
I'm like a true. I like really, really love Connie Converse. I think listening to Connie Converse's first album, I guess, really changed a lot about how I thought about what mattered in recording and what was possible for a solo artist. She's incredible. Do you know her story? Mm-mm. She's so cool.
This is another reason why I love this podcast.
Oh yeah, you just get to.
I know a bunch of stuff, and then also like there's so much out there. Like I won't, I learn every day.
Oh yeah,
it's great.
Man, she was so singular. She's such a unique sound, and she was a queer person and wrote incredible music, and only has really demos, and then for various reasons, some of which are known, some of which aren't, she like goes into the Vermont woods and disappears. So there's one album of basically demos of these incredibly intricate folk songs that are like so compelling. The writing is nuts. Like they get covered all the time. There's a song called Father Neptune that I think is like sort of more well known. So she's really interesting. Yeah, geez. And then of course I also I love Roger Miller,
Oh yeah.
How do you not?
He's so fun.
So fun. He's so cool and heartbreaking and cool. And then I think also the history of Austin music is very special to me. So I love Nancy Griffith, Lyle Lovett, Townes Van Sant, Blaze Foley, my dudes, my guys, Lucinda Williams, obviously,
gosh.
big fan. I'll listen to anything though. I just like good songwriting, so I'll listen to anything at all.
Yeah. I think, everyone has their personal taste in music, but when you boil it down, I think it's the writing that really brings it all home.
Yeah.
And if you can tell a story, you're going to captivate people.
Absolutely.
And those names you just listed, Townes Van Sant, oh my gosh. He's one of the GOATs.
Yeah, true.
For sure.
Absolutely.
I love Blaze too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's great. So what's kind of in the works right now? Are you working on a new EP or a record or anything like that?
Yeah. Next Thursday, I have an album coming out with Garhole Records.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. It's been such a labor of love. All my friends are on it. It was recorded here, so it's great. Very excited about that, and then I'll tour that around all summer. So I'm going to go through the Gulf Coast and then out east, and hopefully out west next year. But in the meantime, I'm also working on a third album. So I'm actually just going to start talking to Britton at Ramble Creek Studio later this week about starting that up.
You're busy.
Yeah, I like to leapfrog projects. That's,
right.
The only thing the only way I have of processing what's happening in the world. So I think it's just helpful for me to keep having projects at different stages, and then you never feel so lost. You always have somewhere to put something.
Right.
Yeah.
I love Garhole Records. The artists and what they're doing, I think is great. I love Nick Shoulders.
Oh yeah.
Nick's been on the show
really?
Probably more than anyone. We've done over 100 different artists at this point, and I think Nick's been on 3 times.
Yeah.
He's about to be on the 4th he's back in our hometown on 420. I'm going to go hang out with him. So.
Perfect.
So, yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
You're doing that.
Oh yeah, I love his music. I love all of those Garhole people. I love Jude Brothers a lot. I don't know if you know their work.
Yep.
So cool. Dylan Earl, Bonnie Montgomery, Losteens, Chris Acker. I love them all. It's really an honor for me to be a part of that group.
Yeah.
Desiree Cannon, have you heard her new record?
No.
Radio Heat. Woo-hoo. Yeah, it's real good. Real good. Yeah. Yeah, really good stuff.
Man.
Never a miss on that label,
No.
Until me. Just kidding. I'm the singular miss.
Hey, someone's got to do it.
Yeah, someone's got to be the first.
No, of course they did. Was their showcase yesterday or?
Yeah, that's right. We did. Wednesday was the
Wednesday,
showcase. Yeah, we all had a ripping time. It was cool.
That sounds like a blast. I was obviously very interested in it, but I'm here doing interviews all day, so I couldn't leave.
Yeah, totally.
But it's a good trade-off. So
yeah, that's right.
So that's awesome. You got a lot of projects in the works. Are you touring behind that, or?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I'm gonna. I really love touring a lot, and I tour as a solo artist. I have a changing band that is made up of friends when they want to or when we can. So I tour solo. But this time I'll be taking my fiddler Beth Chrisman with me through the Gulf Coast, which is so cool. Beth is one of the best fiddlers I've ever met in my life. She's played in every band. She plays with Melissa Carper all the time. She was part of the Carper
Melissa.
family. Yeah, I mean, hard not to, right?
Oh my God.
So cool, so good.
I might catch her set tonight. She's playing at the Sagebrush tonight.
Hell yeah, good bar room too. I like the Sagebrush.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's played with Carper Family. She's in Lost Patterns, which is her new group. She's been a part of the Fraulines. She's played with basically everybody on the planet, knows everyone, has hung out with everyone. So I admire her so much. It's like a big honor that she's touring with me. It's very cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the, especially if you're like touring as a duo.
Yeah.
The fiddle is such a lifting.
Yes.
I mean, that extra component can really change the dynamic of a live set. So that's great.
Totally. Especially, I do mostly finger picking. So to have something kind of soaring around underneath it is like really nice. Yeah.
Yeah. That's great. Well, thank you so much for being on. I know it's short and sweet, but
oh yeah, thanks for having me.
This is great. I'm ready to go down the rabbit hole and all the people you mentioned, and I saw like half your set. The other half I was over there getting tattooed. But,
oh wow, nice.
But what I heard, I was like, man.
Thank you.
We got it going on over
Are you in Austin next Thursday?
No, I leave Sunday.
Having a release party. So if you stayed, you could go next Thursday.
Hey, if work would allow that, I would. You know.
I know that's right. Yeah.
So, hey, you got links and stuff on the description?
I do.
Okay,
I do. You can find me. I'm the only Creekbed Carter. I'll tell you what. You search for that, I've nailed the SEO. So you will find me on Spotify, on the internet, everywhere. Yeah.
Okay, links are all in the description.
That's right.
Check out the music, and we'll catch you next time.